What's up, guys? How's it going? I want to go over a couple things with you. Let's talk steering components. Okay, so on my Bounty machine, I've definitely got a lot of upgraded steering components. One thing that I really didn't touch bases on when we built the Bounty course bike for my buddy Rick was we didn't really do much to the steering. It already had some super ATV tie rods on there. And what I did last year for mine was I actually made my own. I got myself some 1-inch 70-75 billet aluminum. Okay. And then I have the right and left hand threaded taps. I had a buddy drill and tap those out for me with a nice press and everything, so that way it was all centered. And they were 17 inches. And they've been working magnificently. I used the just a traditional Heim joint out at the end by the tire at the knuckle, and then I used it's got a pretty massive clevis that's bolted onto the end of the steering rack, and then my steering rack is actually from it's a billet 70-75 steering rack. So give me one second. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. All right, so down here we've got our steering rack down here, and our tie rod comes across, runs right underneath. You can see that big silver bar there. We've got a Heim joint out there at the end. You can see that, just like a traditional setup. Just a normal old Heim joint. Now, when we get over here to the steering rack, you're gonna see a little bit of a mess because I pulled the boot off, but this is basically it. So right here, you have a Heim joint. And then this is a clevis, and this clevis actually threads right into the steering rack. There's a nut that goes on the other side of this, and that keeps everything together. But then this whole piece basically actuates, and it's extremely strong. Very, very strong. I haven't had any problems with it. The one thing that I will say that I've had a problem with is on the steering rack itself. Shock Therapy made this steering rack. I think it was one of their first ones. One thing that I don't like about it is it doesn't turn nearly as sharp as a stock steering rack, and it doesn't turn even remotely close to as sharp as a Turbo S steering rack. I don't know. I find my Turbo S freaking turns on a dime. This thing seems like it doesn't even turn at all sometimes. You guys can definitely tell when I go through the Bounty course. Like the turnarounds, the U-turns, man, those are what kill me every time, is because I'm always having to do 3-point, 6-point, 8-point, turns in order to get around that damn U-turn and the drop down. But the good thing about this is that, man, I've never had any problems with my steering. I haven't had to worry about anything folding up or anything like that. What I'm doing now is I was trying to come up with a solution so I can get a little bit more of a little more throw out of it, but yeah, they basically stopped the notches on the shaft to where it basically stops itself. So kind of no answer there unless I change out the steering rack for something else. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys got any options? Maybe see if maybe a Turbo S steering rack would fit in there or something like that. I don't know if it would fit. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys got any ideas or anything like that, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together. I am currently awaiting the RS1 differential. We're going to get that put in there, and I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty cool video on how to install that stuff. And yeah, a couple turbo axles, RS1 diff, big old plate in there, and we'll be ready to go back out to Bounty course and get rowdy. I hear there's some other races going on in the area, maybe not like very local to me, but I know there's some a couple states over and whatnot. We might dabble in it. It all just depends, okay? So we're gonna play it by ear. Until then, be on the lookout at the next event. We'll see you guys there. All right, later.